Hi everyone, I thought I would jump on and just have a nice little chit chat because it's getting a little bit late in the afternoon and I had today off work, so I thought why not, let's just jump on here and just see what is happening for everybody and give you guys a bit of an update. So I'm still doing my astrology readings. You can reach out to me via email. I usually link all the details below in my videos. I'm also working on some more videos for my celebrity series. I think the last one I did was Liam Payne, but I do have a few more videos to bring out. One which is all about the transits for Uranus coming up in 2025 as it moves into Gemini. And then I have another celebrity video coming out as well, but I'll keep that one a surprise for you guys. I've been working a lot, so it's really nice to have a day off and just relax and just take a nice breather today. So hopefully you guys are all doing really well as well. Do you guys like my cup? Beauty and the Beast. Iconic, right? So cute. Yeah, I have also been really enjoying the weather getting a little bit nicer today. I was out in the garden, so I was picking the last of my purple potted peas that are out in the garden. I was getting some more broad beans and what else? We've got some tomatoes growing, so I've been watering a lot of those. We've got some sunflowers growing, different flowers and bits and pieces. So that's all really exciting. I've been spending a lot of the time out there, and my little boy is just down for a nap at the moment. So I'm not too sure how long I'll be on here. But I guess, has anyone else noticed, the wild timeline energy and all the stuff that's going on? I honestly thought there was just so much going on around the US election time. I expected a lot more based on the astrology and kind of what I was feeling intuitively. I thought there'd be a lot more stuff that was happening, but it kind of felt like a bit of a timeline shift, or just something was a bit off. But originally I felt obviously Trump was going to win the US election, and I put out some videos and stuff about that, and I've spoken about it multiple times. But then towards the end I started to think, maybe Kamala, I was getting really strong Kamala energy, and I know a lot of other people were getting that too. And I'm not the only one that kind of felt that Trump and then the Republican and the Democrat energy. I don't know. Don't know what that's about. Don't know why. And obviously with the Pluto-Mars opposition, I expected a lot more, a lot more violent outbursts. I know that there was a lot of people upset. And I know a lot of people talking about women's rights and about being fearful of Trump being the president of the United States of America again. But I was expecting more. I don't know, but it just didn't really happen. So that kind of threw me, because I honestly really did think we were going to be seeing more actual physical events happening, and a lot more people being really frustrated with the outcome, and it didn't happen. So the astrology was really interesting, but I still think we've got 2 more hits of that Mars Pluto opposition, so still wondering what is going to come up very, very soon. I still think there's definitely more coming. And we do have the Mars retrograde coming up very, very soon in Leo. And then we will also have a Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. So there is a lot more energy coming up that is telling me that we're going to have to revisit some events and some situations. So globally, I wonder what that's going to be all about. Yeah, I definitely have my kind of thoughts on it being related to celebrities and the election and stuff, but we will definitely wait and see. Also, I would love any recommendations for videos for my celebrity series, or any big astrology transits that you want me to kind of cover on here. I would love to talk about that. I'm also very open to talking about my IVF journey and anything that's psychological, because I did study psychology, so I do have a Bachelor of Arts majoring in psychology with a double minor in behavioral studies and sociology. So psychology, sociology, all those things are super interesting. So if you want any kind of videos linking to any of that, then definitely tell me. I also love the gym and fitness. I am an Aries rising with an Aries moon, so definitely open to sharing my little food recipe tips and also gym tips. If anyone's interested in those, like anything you kind of want from me, definitely comment below, let me know. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I'll definitely be open to getting you guys some more videos. Obviously, I do have to work around my job, so I do work like 4 days a week plus my astrology business, or astrology tarot kind of business. So I am quite busy, and I have a 2-year-old, so I do keep very busy, but definitely open to filming as many videos as you're interested in. I definitely in December want to be on here a lot more, doing like Vlogmas and some more really cool fun things. I think I did do that last year or the year before, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But I definitely want to build my channel, and the more people kind of like follow and are interested, the more videos I kind of want to pump out there for you guys. So if you guys get behind me and I guess sharing that energy exchange through like the likes and subscribing and commenting, all that fun stuff, then the more content I can bring out for you guys. But I guess while we're all on here just chilling together, having a drink and just catching up, just keeping it super casual, let's see if there's anything that the cards might want to tell us. I've got some really cute. I'll show you the actual deck first before I start pulling some cards. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. This is one of my favorite decks. So it is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle, one of my go-tos. It is a beautiful deck, and the cards in it are just fantastic. They're always really good for like self-care and picking me up too. So I think because like it's Tuesday, it's still really early in the week, and then like look inside the box as well. It says, take care of yourself so you can shine your soul's light. Love that. But let's pull some cards together and just see what kind of comes out for everybody that catches this live and that's on here, or even sees this after I've posted the video. If you see it, I guess there will be a message in here for you as well. I do like to shuffle more like cards that are a bit smaller. These ones are quite big, and my hands are quite small. So first world problems. I do like to kind of give them a good old shuffle though and see what comes out. So dance, always good to move your body. And I was just talking about exercise as well. So I guess this is our sign from Spirit to get moving, do some exercise, do some dancing, move about, move that energy. So that's definitely going to happen for me this afternoon. I think I'm just going to wait for little man to wake up. I'll finish off the housework a little bit because it is made up, and then I might go to the gym. We'll start off with some dancing to get warmed up. And there's some really great people that I love to watch on YouTube here that like do some really great exercise routines to some really cool pop songs like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, and it's actually like a full exercise, but like it's dancing, but like exercising. Like there's exercise moves in there, like squats and stuff, but it's also like dancing. It's really fun, and I really enjoy it. That Leo side of me and that Aries side just thinks that that's amazing. So definitely might do something like that for a bit of a warm up. But next card that come out was this one here. Sorry, the sun's probably ruining it just a little bit. But it says sweet treat. I love this because, again, it's acknowledging that we're allowed to have a little treat. So whether you want to have a little treat, some chocolate, something like that, or whether you want like a healthier option, then there's definitely so much that you can do that still tastes amazing, that is healthy. Like one of my favorite go-to like healthy sweet snacks is peanut butter and dates. Peanut butter and apples with like some little choc chips on top. I like to get a full avocado and a full banana and some cacao powder and blend them up and make like a chocolate mousse. Sometimes you can add like a little bit of water and milk in there to make it like a little bit more like not as thick. But that is a really healthy, amazing chocolate mousse. The other thing that I've been addicted to is half a scoop of protein powder, which is usually about 15 grams of protein, and then like 3 to 4 tablespoons of self-raising flour, and then like dark chocolate or vegan choc chips, and then a little bit of soy milk I add into it, and I like a pinch or two of baking soda or bicarb soda. baking soda, I think it is. I'll have to double check that one. But I mix them in like a cup, just like a coffee cup, so something like this. And then you put it in the microwave for like a minute. So good. It's like a little protein chocolate cake in a mug. It's delicious and it's easy, and 15 grams of protein. So I love that. That's like a really good healthy treat for me. Sorbets, another thing for summer is like sorbets and fruit salads. So it doesn't have to be unhealthy, or it doesn't have to be like, I guess, highly processed. But yeah, you can have something that's relatively healthy like that, or you can just go after the sweet treats that are really great for on occasions. That might be processed and might have a fair bit of sugar on them, but they taste absolutely delicious. And there's nothing wrong with those sometimes foods either. Obviously, everything in moderation. So they would be my little recommendations. Oh, I love this card. Spend time with animals. And I definitely was just talking to my little boy about taking a walk this afternoon with the dogs. So that is on my list of things to do today already. That might be probably before I go to the gym, I would say, because I might train when my husband gets home, which is like probably another 2 or 3 hours away from now. So maybe we'll get that sweet treat. I'll make my chocolate mud cake or protein mud cake in my coffee cup, and then take the doggies for a walk, spend some time with the animals. I've also got beautiful birds on the back of my property too. Like there's a vineyard behind my property, so we get like a lot of birds. It's absolutely beautiful. Like always a symphony of like little birds tweeting and singing out there. And then after I've done that, that's probably when my husband gets home, and I will go to the gym and dance, and then probably do some shoulders and arms today, I would say, because I did have a bit of a gym accident. You guys want a funny story? Okay, let me tell you what I did. So this was not yesterday, it was the day before. So Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Because today is Tuesday. I was watching a YouTube psychic, and she was talking about Liam Payne and doing some really cool channeling. Anyway, some of the stuff that she was talking about with, I guess, the eye wide shut, the eye people, them ones, talking about them. And it was very interesting, but very dark and very heavy. And I guess it kind of threw me energetically a little bit, and I wasn't really like focused too much. And then I was doing like squats and bench and all that kind of stuff. And during my squats, I didn't rack the bar properly, did I? And then I also didn't put the little clips on the end of the bar to hold the weights in place, because I was lazy and rushing and wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Yeah, and so when I re-racked the bar, this side was up, this side wasn't, and I kind of fell and like did this weird dippy thing, and then the plate fell off one side, and I was like kind of stuck there, and I was screaming out for my husband, but he didn't hear me, and I kind of tore or like stretched a muscle in my glutes, so on my booty, and that was fun. So I've been hobbling around for the last 2 days because I hurt my glutes, well, also my glute on my right side. So yeah, I hurt my glutes, so I was hobbling around in so much pain, and I did have work yesterday, but thankfully I did get to leave early because I was in a lot of pain. Even sitting down was just really, really hurting. But today I feel much better, and I'm at home and just taking it easy. So definitely glad I got to rest today because I feel so much better. So I might do some upper body, but I'm only going to do like shoulders and maybe like arms, because I definitely don't want to irritate my glutes or hurt myself again. So we're going to stick to that today, just because, I failed in the gym. Don't know what I was doing. My mind wasn't in it. But yeah, that's my funny little story. I was screaming for my husband, and I was like, ah! And yeah, he swore he couldn't hear me, but oh well. And then he gave me the big lecture about setting up properly and putting the safeties on and putting the clips on my bar and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I know, I was rushing. I was being a typical Aries Gemini and rushing and being quick about things. All right, let's see if we can get like maybe 1-2 more cards out of this. just because, oh, look for fairies. This is a cute card. Now, I actually love this because it just reminds me of like that childlike kind of fantasy energy. Interesting card though to give us, oh, look for fairies. I think it's, again, really just reminding me, personally, when I'm tapping into my intuition with this card, it's like pointing me in the direction of like fantasy and daydreaming and like the mysteries of today, the mystical side. So with this card, what I think I might do today is I'm going to do some research on the Fae and fairies. Just because this card come out and that seems to be what the Spirit is telling me to do. So I'm going to have a lot of fun daydreaming and being very mystical and magical today, but I might also do a little bit of research on learning a bit more about the Fae and fairies. Funny story. Let's, like, if you guys have time, grab a coffee, grab some snacks. Okay, so funny story is when I was younger, I used to actually collect like fairy ornaments. I was obsessed. I had a huge collection of all these beautiful different fairies, and they would sit on my shelf. I wouldn't touch them. They were just stunning though. They were so beautiful. I was obsessed with like Barbies, fairies, and mermaids as a kid, especially fairies. I was definitely very much a Neptune kind of energy chart, which is funny because I do have Jupiter conjunct Mars, and Mars is my chart ruler, and Jupiter rules over Pisces in traditional astrology. So I do think there's a huge side of me that is definitely very spiritual and very like mystical and magical. Off with the fairies, I do love to daydream and I do get lost in thought quite frequently. But as a child, you would always find me in nature, like looking at just like flowers and just pretending to be a mermaid and a fairy and making little potions with flowers and water out in nature. Like, that was just me as a kid. Off with the fairies, everything. I was using my imagination like all the time, just making some kind of like concoction, some perfume, some flowers. I was just picking flowers. I was making daisy chains and daisy crowns, you name it. I was doing it. It was fun. But yeah, it was definitely a very magical kind of imaginative time for me. As a child, I definitely did use that imagination. But yeah, they were the kind of the cards that come out today. So interesting. All are very beautiful cards, but this whole deck is just absolutely stunning. Like, the images on these are just so beautiful. And there's so much detail in these as well, which I just love. But these are like my favorite little cards. They're beautiful. So there's those ones. I was also playing around with my goddess cards today. I'll show you the deck. So I have two different goddess decks, but this is the deck. And funny thing is that two of the deities that I work with, where are they? These two stunners right here come out in my card pool that I did today. I've got, oh, the light's a bit bad. I've got Freya. I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's her card. Beautiful. I love that there's like a lot of green in this as well, and like that just reminds me of the infinity symbol on both sides of her. So cool. I love that. And it says radical acceptance on the card. And then Morrigan. I love the dark purples, the deep colors. Queen energy. Queen. Love it. And look, in her hands, it's like sparkly like energy orb. Love it. But it's death and magic. And she's also got like the little moon on her forehead too. So that's a beautiful card. But yeah, for those of you who might be interested, the deities that I love to kind of connect with and work with or have worked with, Aphrodite, Freya, for me, they're kind of like the same, but I know technically they're separate, but Freya and Aphrodite. Athena, Artemis, Odin, Morrigan, Persephone, and recently Hecate. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. That's how I pronounce it. And I honestly don't think that she would mind. I know people pronounce it differently, depending on where you're from or, you know, the culture and stuff. But I just say Hecate. That's how I pronounce it. But love that. And she's more so only a recent one. And I don't know if we're like, I wouldn't say I'm actually like working with her. I'm definitely learning more about her and working into that. So definitely watch this space if you guys are interested in more stories about how like devotion and stuff like that to my deities and what I do. Then I'm definitely open to sharing more like magical tips and tricks and more about that on here for sure. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I know it's only been like 20 minutes, but I think that was kind of like a bit of a catch up, a review on my day. I guess we got to speak a little bit about some of the astrology that's coming up and got to put some cards together, which is really fun. Obviously, I won't be able to get on here like all the time, but I definitely want to start spending some more time on here, even if it's just a quick like review on what I'm doing for the day or just catching up or just pulling some cards together, because I love pulling cards and I don't really have a lot of friends that I see really close here in Tasmania that are like into all this like kind of witchy, spiritual astrology stuff. Like a lot of my tribe and my people are all here online, especially through my Instagram. Like I've grown that really well over the last, I guess, year or two, and I've just built like a really great following on there of people that are really aligned to my values and aligned to like me as a person, and they kind of just, they fit like my soul tribe, and I'm really grateful. And then like I'm very active on TikTok as well, and I'd really love to be on here a bit more. So that's my aim for 2025, is to definitely put more of my energy into YouTube and my videos. So again, if you guys get behind me, that will definitely encourage me. It'll bring me out of my shell. Like I do have some pretty strong Leo placements. I have a Leo stellium, so the more attention and light that you guys give to me, the more I can give back to you guys, the more videos. It's like, I don't know, with Leos, we like the applause and the attention. So the more that we get, the more we're going to put out. And us Leos, we do put out amazing, beautiful, creative, light energy. But again, it is that energy exchange. So the more that you guys give to us, the more we'll give back. So definitely jump behind me, and I'll definitely try in 2025 to be on here a bit more with you guys, interacting and talking and just telling you guys my thoughts on different things. I do know that next year is going to be wild, and I have a lot to say about a lot of the astrology. I've also started a Substack where I like to kind of write up little bits and pieces for the week ahead with the astrology and just do really cool little breakdowns that are more in like a written form, which I find really amazing because my Gemini side loves to do that as well as chat. So there is that as well. If you want to find any of my socials or anything like that, definitely look below, because I will link all my details down there. So that's where you can find me. Definitely email me or come onto my gram and DM me, and we can look at booking you a reading or just having a bit of a chat, catching up. But thanks for catching up with me today again.